Hello, good morning. We are having some very questionable weather today, but I'm going to attempt to kind of walk you around here. Oh, caught a fence. Walk you around here and discuss a little bit of our plan. There's been people saying, why would you plant standard fruit trees there? Or why would you want them so close to your garden? Or why are you putting them all so close to your house? I have a reason, I swear. We've done a little bit of property tour, but we have not really said why. What's the plan here? Everybody knows, oh, we're off grid. We're going to try for self-sustainability, but nobody knows what is ultimate. How are we going to get there? How are we going to sustain that? What's the plan? So you're about to find out. It is a bit rainy. However, I have on my Crocs, all-terrain shoes, if you will. Permaculture to get back with nature, clean it up, work together, get stuff rolling and going. So that way, over time, we won't even need, organic sprays. We would just be, being heavily diversified, food forest, and it works together. Look at the thorns on these blackberries. Yowza. Now these blackberries, the goats are going to love, but these ones are not staying. This whole section down here follows we got a broken tree party here. Okay, so now I'm in a little clearing. Now, we'll call it a clearing because it doesn't have a lot of trees here. But I'm going to flip you around so you can see. Now we're behind the tree row. And that would be behind the houses over there. There's the garden and the meat birds and all that stuff. So we're on the back side of that. All of this stuff, water rushes here. So we will be kind of naturally shifting and diverting water from the downhill to create a couple of swells for some of the trees that are going in this area. Let's look at this pool body of water. Okay, so this pond of water here, and all these, look how dense this is down here. But actually, this is a big draw. This is part of our property, and water runs through here. But we need to clean this up so that it can flow freely. We can use it to a benefit and to be useful. Now, when the water's really rolling, you guys have seen, if you've seen the other videos, it rolls pretty heavily through there. Now, on this side here, we have all this. We want to clear out these little trees, some of the trees that are dead, some of them were subject of a fire, get these blackberries cleaned out of here, and all along this, to wrap this draw all the way from one tip of the property to the other tip, and over here by the red house that I just flipped you around to see is what we are going to start for our food forest, so that way it meets the forest in the back. So I'll pan. We've got the little pool. We're going, you see the white tree that's just right on our side, and we travel all the way around and follow it up over to above that ridge over there. I am going to take you back there. this is just part one of what it looks like back here. And so you know what I'm talking about when I'm referencing the west side of the northwest side of the property. We'll pause here in the tour to show, you want to use your gloves to try to lift it up a little. This dirt we have here is from the trees and everything breaking down. I don't know if you can hear we got thunder in the background. Just awesome. From this right here just shows that the theory of food forestry, permaculture, working with nature will work. It will improve your soil. Look at the grass growing. Now we had a fire, and these trees have been down. They're breaking down, and it's just beautiful and peaceful down here. Now we will plant all kinds of things. Now the theory of he has no idea he's on camera. Look, I should have given him a funny face. So the theory is that you would have layers. So you would have tall, standard, got caught in a spider web, fruit and nut trees. You would have then dwarf trees. So your canopy is made up of those huge, oops, battery died. Okay, so it would be made up of these huge, tall, fruit, nut trees, and native trees to provide habitat, shade, nutrients, and then under that you would have your dwarf, various fruit trees. We will have many different kinds of trees to be functional, and we will be doing a very dense planting. This is common over in New Zealand, and I've watched many a documentary, been in Facebook groups talking to people, how are they doing it, diversifying, growing out of their zone naturally outside. How is this working? So we are very eager to try it here because we do have a really good climate here in southern Missouri to be able to do this. So crossing fingers that it works really well. Down here in the draw that we're in creates a wonderful microclimate. Down here, the temperature feels different, the wind moves different, the water collects differently. You can see how much lower I look than the Meatbird tractor up there. I mean, we really drop down here. So we will be utilizing this. Let's see if I can get this little bird on camera. Let me turn you around. Oh dang, he flew away. He was so pretty. Braxton was watching him earlier. So by the time that you get down to this type of layer, when you're planting on the ground, your root crops, your ground cover, also you're planting your vining layer up your trees, everything's working together. It does level out down here, and let me pan you up. So I'm down here in the bottom. Braxton's about halfway. There will be a little white that you can see, and that is the roof of the red house. So I'll pan you up. And you can see how much farther down we appear than he appears. And then this up here, let me see, right there between that white, that's the house. That just shows you we have a significant grade coming down here. And it is so dense. It is awesome. Now these blackberries actually are quite invasive. We aren't going to plant any blackberries. These blackberries are delicious. They obviously are thriving. We just need to control them because they will choke out and harm other things. They also pose a fire hazard. As they keep growing and they keep growing, the old canes in the middle, they are dry. You can have, oh, he's back. Let's see if I can zoom you in. dang. Hopefully you guys got to see that. Very beautiful birds. They do pose a fire hazard and things like that, so we want to get that cleaned up. So if you guys follow us for a while, you will see, and we have a giant bumblebee here on these flowers. It is just a different world down here, in my opinion. And so you guys will get to see how we take these huge rocks and use them for other projects, how we use the trees we're taking out for other projects and putting in new trees. And when we have a bunch of different layers of things and it's all coming together, the ultimate goal would be then having the food forest provide for not only us, but for our family that's moving nearby, customers, people in need, and really just working with nature, not against. Okay, fast forward. I'm at the top of the hill, and I am now on the northwest side, moving up. So in reference, we'll pan around. That's where I am in reference to the house. We'll be continuing this back. You guys have seen the videos of the back where it is the true forest. We will be helping open up the canopy so that we can plant and diversify and build that up from the ground up, because there's only one style going on back there. And unfortunately, looks like I got some peat moss bag went rogue. Braxton went around, and it was windy, and he went around and got all the stuff that's blown around and just missed one. So that way they're covering all the sun from reaching the forest floor. So we want to really open that up so that our food forest will meet the natural forest. And this is also going to provide a crazy good habitat for wildlife. And no, we're not worried about sharing the fruit and berries with the deer or the birds or any of those critters. Here's the wet weather creek that goes around. We're not worried about that because we will be planting in mass, and we will be trying to diversify stuff. We will be planting in various locations, and hopefully this will let us work, together, being able to provide this. So we're very, very, very excited for that. So this is part of our food forest location here on our west side. The rain's picking up crazy, so I'm going to pause the video and we'll be right back. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you flash flooding. Woohoo! Look at that stream. So I'm going to do some laundry. We'll be back.